Hey, Today All Day, we've got a great show for you on this Thursday morning, including an all-day exclusive chat you can only see here. But let's kick it off with pop star. Olympic-bound tennis champ Naomi Osaka shares an inside look at her personal life and training in an upcoming docu-series, and Carson has an exclusive look. Check it out.
Naomi Osaka there, the Olympics-bound tennis champ, is sharing an inside look at her personal life and training in an upcoming docu-series on Netflix. We've got an exclusive first look at the show now. In the clip, Osaka, who's been opening up recently about prioritizing her mental health, reveals the pressure she feels to maintain a certain image.
I feel like I always have this pressure to maintain like this squeaky image and not get into any controversy. And as long as I do that, then everything's chill.
You know exactly what you need to be at your best. I don't feel you need a lot of help from outside.
The docu-series Naomi Osaka starts streaming on Netflix tomorrow. Next up, another one of our favorite athletes we're looking forward to seeing in Tokyo, Simone Biles, the all-star gymnast who's already touched down in Japan, is on the cover of the latest edition of Sports Illustrated. Now, in the issue, Biles opens up about what it's been like to train for the delayed Olympics over the past year. The 24-year-old gymnast who already holds 30 medals from her world championship and Olympic wins, revealing how she knows, or how she will know when the right time is going to be to hang up that leotard and start the next chapter of her life.
Always have to give something you love up on your own time, and I think that's why I would stop, because I wouldn't want it taken from me and have a doctor say you can't do this or it'll be really like hurtful to you. So I'd rather just like hang it up myself. And you just have to learn when it's your time, right? Whenever that is.
The ripe old days of 24. That's when that
Wow.
You can, hopefully not though, you can grab the August Olympics preview issue of Sports Illustrated on stands now.
Welcome back. Today on the third hour, the gang shares the most popular ice cream flavors in each state, according to an Instacart survey. Plus, is it too early for all that pumpkin flavor? I say yes. Take a look.
It is time for Over on Third. We're all about food this morning. Instacart looking at the most popular ice cream flavors, looking at sales in every state.
So disappointed by this.
Yeah, well,
I am.
My favorite actually is the number one flavor.
In New York?
No, across the country. Vanilla accounts for more than 26% of sales.
Do you like toppings on your vanilla, or do you like straight up
I just like
vanilla?
straight up vanilla, maybe a little fudge.
Yeah.
But so we looked also at the popular flavors in each state besides vanilla. For Craig, Moose Tracks. Popular in 12 states,
what is that?
including South Carolina. It's got peanut butter cup and fudge in it.
Yum.
So in our home states, New York and New Jersey, Dylan and I,
I saw this bowl and I'm like,
I thought it was mint.
Mint?
And
That's
it's
not
not.
right.
It's pistachio. I'm not a big
pistachio ice cream.
Yeah, for you.
So here's the thing. I have sherbet and vanilla ice cream in mine. And it's so funny because I just whispered to Dylan. I said, my stepdad used to always have sherbet in the house. We had it growing up always. And then turns
That
out.
works out well.
Exactly. In Kansas, apparently, that's the number one brand.
Wow.
It's a little better if you mix the vanilla with the pistachio.
Yeah.
Not by much, though.
There you go. My stomach hurts, so I did too much.
So we may scream for ice cream, but I just want to scream. Nestle bringing back pumpkin spice cookie dough at the beginning of August. What is up with that?
That's way too soon.
Never is too soon.
September's too soon.
People love pumpkin spice. You need to just get over it because they love it. And that's why pretty soon.
But there's no pumpkin in it. It's just.
Even these cookies?
No.
Pretty soon it'll be year round. I don't think they should wait for the season.
So you like pumpkin bread and pumpkin cookies and muffins?
No, I like pumpkin pie. That's about it. You know, and after that. But when you get to these drinks and the thing, it's ridiculous.
It's phony.
It's bad.
But August is way too soon.
So since we're talking about cookies coming in, is there such a thing as digging into the bread basket when you're at a restaurant too soon?
When she brings it, or
when the waiter
gets here, as she's putting it down, I'm like, thank you.
There's a woman who believes you should be waiting 5 minutes before reaching for the complimentary bread.
Why?
She says it's tacky for somebody to eat the free bread as soon as you get there. 360,000 people voted.
I mean, meals cost enough.
They do.
The cost of
97% of you said it's not tacky.
I was just about to say.
I as soon as it hits the, and by the way, if it's the bread basket that have different kind of rolls, and you
gotta dig
like a
in
pretzel
right
roll,
away.
a good pretzel roll, I'm going right in because somebody else may.
You got to dip down for the butter.
Get in there.
That's funny.
And here's another tip, restaurants. please don't keep your butter in the fridge so that it's rock hard when it comes
Put
out.
it in with the warm bread.
Exactly.
The worst is when you go to
mush it to make it softer.
Yeah, well, if it comes in those individual packets, you start kneading them just to get them nice and
Sit on them a
soft.
little bit.
I don't, because sometimes you forget that you've been sitting on the butter, and then all of a sudden you get up and people go, "What happened there?"
There's nothing worse than going to like a fancy restaurant and not getting free bread.
I can give you 5 things worse than that.
But these days,
I'm looking around and I'm like,
See, a lot, you know, it's the classy restaurant. They don't bring you the bread till after you've ordered.
Well,
I know.
That's it. So put in an order, eat the bread, then leave.
Welcome back. Today on Hoda and Jenna, we sit down with Mindy Kaling alongside rising star Maitreyi Ramakrishnan to talk about season 2 of Mindy's popular Netflix show, Never Have I Ever. Check it out. So you had a really cool day with somebody that we love. We talked a little bit yesterday. You got to interview Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, he's amazing. He's like an amazing human, yeah.
And he posted about you.
You know what? I was surprised. So we went to this place called The Edge in New York, which is 100 stories up. It overlooks Manhattan. It's so high. And that glass that we were
see-through,
you could see all the way down. You could see taxis driving. It was totally and completely
Can I just
scary.
say, though, I think people look at you and see courageous or brave. You are, though, in so many ways. But one thing you hate, and I didn't know this about you till like a couple of years ago in Rio, is heights.
I don't like that kind of heights. Like, I don't mind a plane for some reason. Like, flying is okay. I feel like safe in there.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing, it's weird how it is, and it's called The Edge for a reason.
Did you have to hold on to Hugh?
I had to.
I thought so.
But I have to tell you, he's so gracious. There were so many people who couldn't believe that Wolverine was there. They were like, Hugh, my kid. They were like shoving their kids in front of him. He's such a good guy. And by the way, I just want to comment, his team is amazing. He had to take a private call from his wife and his the person who's been with him, his publicist, was there, and she hands him the phone and puts her hand on his mic and goes, "Go," and then takes him. Like, it was like a machine, but really super kind people. No, I was totally digging everybody there. So we also want to shout out one of our viewers. Her name is Natasha Hextall Johnson. Jenna, she watched a skydive last month. She was so inspired. I could watch this forever. Look how you were kind of sideways. You know what struck me about that, just to recap for a second? You went from terrified to, can we do some tricks in like 1 second? Look at your hand. You were like, what do I do?
See, the jumping out is the worst part, but they did.
Well, this wonderful woman, Natasha, wrote in, said that she wanted to celebrate their anniversary. So Natasha and her husband, Jamel.
No.
Yes, they did. They went to Vegas.
Oh, my gosh.
She jumped
She's smiling.
for your grandfather.
Oh, that is so
She said, you
sweet.
jump for your grandfather, they jump for love.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, my God, look at them.
They did it together. How sweet is that?
Oh, my God,
Natasha?
she looks so happy, too, Natasha.
Oh, Natasha,
Oh,
congratulations.
my God. Wait, she looks so calm. Natasha, Jamel.
Congratulations.
You did it for love.
And
Jenna
happy
did it for her
anniversary.
grandfather.
And then we
That's
both
pretty
did it for
awesome.
love in different ways, right?
I think that's when it works. You know,
You
love
do
of
things for
someone
love.
else. Yeah. Not your own, thing. That's really cool.
Well, we've been sending a lot of love to Britney Spears recently, and she posted a Instagram yesterday, horseback riding and doing cartwheels. She's celebrating. She says she feels grateful and blessed, and she even used the hashtag #FreeBritney for the first time.
Yeah, it was a really, really emotional day in court for Britney. So she actually spoke out against her father's conservatorship. She was impassioned. She was emotional. And the judge did do something, and this was a big victory for her. This sounds so small, but it's actually a really big deal. He allowed her to choose her own attorney.
I mean, can you
that's
imagine?
what he gave. I can't believe she hasn't always had that.
No, she hasn't been able to, which also hinders her trial. It's crazy.
Matthew Rosengart is a celebrity power attorney. He's represented people like Ben Affleck, Steven Spielberg. He's not usually in that conservatorship world, but like they were saying, when you come in with fresh eyes, you turn over each piece of paper, you read everything. It's not like you say, well, I know this, but really the judge is going to be the one to decide.
Yes.
But it's good that she finally, she
has a choice.
She had an attorney, but not one of her choosing.
Yeah, exactly. So he says he's going to file a petition to get Jamie Spears out as quickly as possible, and the next court date is scheduled for September.
All right, what is happening with Melissa McCarthy?
Melissa McCarthy is one of those hilarious
I love her. Yes.
friends. Okay, so you know when a friend of yours maybe hurts themselves, sprains an ankle, something bad happens?
Yeah.
Well, Mariska Hargitay has been dealing with a recent injury. She keeps hurting herself, it feels like, but her right cast is in, and her right ankle is in a cast, okay?
Ouch.
So Melissa shared this video on Instagram, and she wrote...
What did she say?
It says, honk if you're praying for Mariska Hargitay's recovery.
And people are honking.
And look, I just love that she's jumping up in front of a Wiener Schnitzel.
She says if you can't produce quality care for your friend after ankle surgery, the next best thing, obviously, is standing outside of a Wiener Schnitzel with a sign.
Honk, she said. Mariska Hargitay reposted the video writing, honk if you're blown away by Melissa's heart and humor. Might be worth breaking my ankle for. It's so
my
true.
gosh, that is so sweet.
To have friends that do hilarious things like that.
Yes, and just like do anything for you.
Why was she standing in front of a Wiener Schnitzel?
I don't know, but it was perfect.
I didn't know Wiener Schnitzel still exists. I'm sorry that I'm stuck in the Wiener Schnitzel, but that's where I am.
I know, I didn't know either.
All right, so
that's
cute.
super sweet. Jenna, I know you don't like to throw around the world literally, but in this case, there is one person who literally can do it all in Hollywood, and that is our pal, Mindy Kaling. She's an actress, she's a comedian, she's a writer, she's a producer, she's a director,
and
she's a mama.
Mother. She
can
does
do it all.
We've seen her work on shows like The Office, where she played Kelly Kapoor for 8 seasons, and of course, The Mindy Project, which she not only starred in, but she also created. And now the New York Times best-selling author is out with a season 2 of her wildly popular Netflix show. It's called Never Have I Ever, another project she, of course, created and wrote.
Yeah, it's a coming-of-age comedy about the complicated life of a first-generation Indian-American teenager named Davy, played by Maitreyi. In this scene, Davy is spying on her mother while she's on a date. Take a look.
Basically stripping. Davy, don't jump to conclusions. Let's see if she answers a text from her only child. How's the work dinner? Getting a lot done?
It's just...
My mom just left me on red.
Oh, Mindy and Maitreyi.
That's big right there.
On a date with Common.
Good. It's really good. On a date with Common.
Mindy, on a hot date with Common.
Mindy, did you know she was magic? Did you know that Maitreyi was magic right away?
From the moment we met her. She's the most exceptional young actress that I've ever met. She's also my daughter.
Yeah.
And I thought that this would be a good time to tell everyone.
To complain about the nepotism that happened on Never Have I Ever. There was some nepotism, and we're talking about it
I wish
now.
she was my daughter. No, she was just this incredibly talented high school kid who thought she could do it, and we saw her and we're like, she's a star. So we feel so lucky to have her.
And Maitreyi, is it true that you saw a tweet and you just thought, you know what, I haven't been in any show, but let me just give it a try?
Yeah, actually, it was my best friend who saw it, and they sent it to me and was like, yo, we could have fun with this. So we decided to just go to our library community center and start filming.
I can't even believe that this is how it began, and it's magic. Mindy, this idea, obviously, it's very close to your heart, this idea. So are you using stuff that's ripped from your own headlines?
Yeah, I created the show with my friend Lang Fisher, and we were both nerds in high school, but we were ambitious and wanted to have boyfriends, and I just felt like we didn't really get to see that side of nerds, especially Asian women. We're usually depicted as kind of, demure, and I like this character because she's feisty and smart and has an anger problem, so it was unusual.
So it's a little bit like you. No, you don't have an anger problem at all. A little bit, yeah. I read how much Mindy has been an inspiration to you, Maitreyi, that you think of her as a mentor. Tell us why.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us why.
I mean, okay, obviously, huge fan of The Office, my favorite comedy of all time. But, of course, she plays Kelly Kapoor. But I think she's written some of the best episodes on The Office, in my expert Office opinion. So I was like, she knows all the comedic jokes and does everything. I'm not even trying to kiss her.
Listen, I'll take it.
She can do it all.
Tell me more.
No one can say that Mindy Kaling does not work hard, because that is just a lot. Like, she always is working on something.
And
it's amazing.
And to have someone, Maitre, who you connected to, who looks like you.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, I get it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm so thankful to have, like, Mindy Kaling as my first boss. But as, you know, The Office says, Michael Scott, friend first, boss second.
Oh, I love that. Okay, Mindy, Legally Blonde celebrated.
Yes.
We did a little bend and snap around here for Reese. 20th anniversary. Yeah. Are you done writing? Have you finished writing the script? Where are you?
We're in the middle of it. We actually just had a call with Reese last week to talk about it. And, you know, I mean, she's such a great creative partner for that project. So, yeah, fingers crossed, we'll see more of it soon.
Do we have any idea, like, what is the concept?
We know she's older. What's happening to her?
I cannot say anything. What a lame answer this is. I can't really say anything about it. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. Should we play a little game?
Wait. We'll see some familiar faces.
Okay. Oh, familiar faces. That's good to know. All right, we're going to play a little game, kids. It's called Never Have I Ever, the late night edition. So this is things you've done. Jenna dropped her mic.
I dropped my paddle, and I want to play.
All right, things we've done as a teenager. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
Yeah, we're so ready.
Never have I ever crawled in or out of a window to sneak out at night. I have never. We're lame.
Okay, never have I ever snooped through a family member's phone after they went to bed.
When we were little, nobody had phones.
Never. No.
Oh, wait. Haven't.
You have?
You have?
Oh, my God.
When did you do that? Whose phone? Tell us.
Definitely, honestly, like, everyone's phones in my family because I know everyone's passwords, everyone's email passwords, like, everyone's, I have a really good memory for that stuff.
Oh, that's so awesome.
All right.
You guys, congratulations.
Congrats,
this
Mindy.
show is a huge hit, and we cannot wait to
Congrats,
see season 2.
We can't wait to see her future, too. It's going to be a big one. The second season starts streaming on Netflix today. Okay, kiddos, it is time for Unscripted. Okay, so I've been noticing something that's becoming a big thing
trend?
on Instagram.
What is it?
It's called a dump, a photo dump.
I didn't expect the word dump.
A photo
yes,
dump.
where everybody just takes all of their remaining things and dumps it.
So it's like, so what, I mean, tell me, because I don't know, but I did notice it a couple. It's like, does it mean like I've got a lot of cool pictures on my phone, but I haven't really, I just decided I'm just going to put them all, and they don't have any rhyme or reason. They're just,
I don't know. I sort of did, evidently 700,000. I guess I did a photo dump right here. Did I say photo dump on it? I sure did. So I've been inspired to do a photo dump, and yes, there's no rhyme and reason.
So it just, is
that's
that a rainbow? Wait, what?
Yes, that's a rainbow. That's how. They have no rhyme or reason. That's how. That's 4th of July.
So it could be from anywhere. Jumping in. Wait, I want to see the rainbow.
I jumped in the lake, and that's a rainbow.
Is that a real true? That's a full-on one. Who was you with there?
That was with Farrell, my best pal, and we saw a rainbow.
Was that when you were at camp?
Yeah, it was when we were at camp. And we jumped in the lake, and the bottom was all mushy and disgusting, just the way you remember it.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess that all of the pics come from different places. I guess I noticed people, and I was influenced by influencers on an influencing place called Instagram, because I didn't even realize I did that. But yes, pics come from all over, and you just dump them there.
I think it's good.
Do you want to do it?
Maybe I'll try that. I mean, I was just hoping because I was just thinking about watching Simone Biles and all those guys land in Tokyo.
Yes.
I hope that they document their time.
They will.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, there's so many people who you want to get a little insight in what's happening. I'd like a photo dump from Simone and company while they're out there.
Are you going to do some dumps while you're there?
Gross. Anthony just said, I'm doing one right here. Okay.
A brain dump?
And
What
by
is
the
that?
way, not a brain dump.
But they say that it kind of returns to the
Anthony's really
authenticity,
funny.
right, of Instagram. It's like you don't have to do a perfect post, but none of us ever did that.
No.
Anyway, so
I think spending a lot of time on your
Instagram?
post is and how it looks. But I know people do that. Anthony's funny.
Anthony, do you do it? No? Anthony, where are you?
By the way, what did he say? What did he say?
Not in front of the kids.
Not in front of the kids. Y'all are sick. But you know, one thing that we just had Chip and Joanna on, one of the things she said that I thought was a real good life thing we could all implement in our homes. If you have kids with cell phones, Joanna Gaines says that they have a rule, because I said, how do you deal with phones? You have 16-year-old, 15, whatever. She said that they always have their phones by their side, and I noticed when they buzz, they went like this. Bzz. Like, oh, that was my phone. Oh, is that your phone?
So
is
you're
that my phone?
constantly looking.
So she said, here's a rule for grown-ups and kids. We have a charge station. Your phone has to be there. You can go and check on it every so often and check, but you have to be intentional about it, but they stay there. She said, sometimes we're all standing there.
Yeah.
But that's okay because you're not doing...
In your room, reading a book and then looking down.
Even us, when we hear, was that someone's phone? Like, that's what you say.
Y'all, let's get rid of phones, but we can't, can we?
No.
Welcome back to Today Talks and our exclusive content you can only see here on Today all day.
You know what I loved about having Chip and Joanna in the studio? First of all, they're so kind and cool to everybody. And second of all, I love your bond with them because there's such a connect. I mean, not just Texas. Like, I know that that's a part of it. But you could tell that they feel like when I saw them a couple of times around just for whatever, I go, you're going to see Jenna tomorrow. We can't wait. Like, there's such a love. How did you first even know about them?
I'll never forget. My mom called me. She had gone to Joanna's first store. It wasn't
the little one,
the tiny little store that she had in Texas, in Waco. And it was close to where my mom and dad spend a lot of time. And so my mom went there and she said, I just met this darling girl named Joanna. And you should she's starting a show on HGTV. Maybe it was in its first season. This was a long time ago.
Right.
And she said, she has really cute stuff. When you come next, I'm going to take you to her store. She went again. She I kind of had this major girl crush. Joanna Gaines and my mom are very similar.
Yeah. Oh, they've got, yeah.
Because they have the kind of low key.
Yeah.
And then they married the wild, you know? And and Joanna doesn't need to be in the spotlight.
No,
like, do you notice how she sort of lets him? And they have this yin and yang that's really beautiful.
So when did you first meet them?
So I met them. My mom said, you have to come do a story. And I kind of thought, like, oh, Mom, that's so cute,
sweet.
you know? And then she was right. Their show took off. And I got to go down there. I mean, I can't remember the first time I went. It was a long time ago. Yeah. And I got to go see them and hang out with them. And then I've gone again. I've gone a couple times.
There's such a connection. I mean, you can really feel it. And they have... I mean, when you think about it, they've been married 18 years. They've been working together. And they said something interesting at one point. They said it used to be when they didn't work together, Chip would go and do his work, and she was, you know, doing her thing. And when they came together, they weren't in sync. She said they realized they were off. She goes, we weren't in sync. It took us a while, and sometimes we'd even get further away. It would take days sometimes to reconnect. And so they decided that they were better together. They were better together because they didn't have that time apart, and it ended up working for them. The other piece of advice that he had, which I thought was interesting, he said when they fight, and all couples do, he said, you know, often fights pull you apart just like a tug of war kind of thing. He said they decided that they were going to pull together and talk about, like, the issue. Like, in other words, we're not fighting each other. We're both pulling together against this issue. This is what our problem is, this issue. I'm not fighting you and you're not fighting me.
Don't you love that?
Yes, we're both fighting that together.
And it's so interesting, though, too, because you read a lot of people's recommendation in marriage, and some, and I think I just read this about former President Jimmy Carter and his wife Rosalind. They said the time apart actually was very healthy for them. So it just depends on you as a couple.
Like, I was thinking to work day in and day out, to have 5 children, to be, you know, in each other's space is a lot. But
they must really, really like each other.
Yeah, they said that they needed to be there. But I think how people deal with conflicts, because it's easy to retreat to your corner. It's easy to say, you know, sometimes to stand in it. And Joanna said when Chip made that analogy of let's pull together against that thing, she said it was like the lights went on. She said it was like an analogy I understood. And she said I felt it. And we've always addressed our arguments that way.
And that's such a brilliant thing, too, because they know they're these team players in every aspect of their life. So, let's not, like, tit for tat each other. Let's go against, like, whatever it is. I'm in.
I thought that was cool.
Let's do it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, that was a fun Today's Talks. Keep watching, you guys. There's more of Today all day.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.